It's a buyer's market. It's a buyer's market. It's a buyer's market. How many of you have heard that recently in the news from other agents, social media? I hear it all the time. Of course, I'm in the industry. I talk about it often. Yes, it's always important to make the decision of purchasing a home based on what makes sense for you. But this is definitely strategically a time where you are able to have a lot more leverage as a consumer versus the sellers right now. And if you're able to, and if you're looking for a home, let's actually talk about some real life examples that's happening right here in Central Texas, deals that I've been able to get for my clients and how we're making homeownership much more affordable for them and just taking advantage of this market and the incentives that are out there. If you don't know who I am Brina Gordon, your favorite Central Texas realtor. My job is to ensure that you have the tools and resources that you need to make the best decision possible. So we've got our Golden Girls t-shirt on in case you were curious who it was. It's Golden Girls. I love their show. But let's get into the nitty gritty of a couple of these examples. So yesterday I was out touring some new construction homes for my clients. So these are homes that they've already secured. We've got them under contract, and I do like to periodically go out there during the construction process just to ensure we have some additional set of eyes on them. I also send them photos and videos and updates, especially for those that are not here that check on them as well. I'm always talking about the incentives and stuff, but I was like, you know what? I have to tell my YouTube family about these incentives because truthfully, people don't always know the power that they have when they're making these decisions. And oftentimes I will, be chatting with a client and we're looking at different things, and then they don't always understand the purchasing power difference that a lower interest rate can make. Because of course, you can do a resale home, you can do a new construction home, you can do whatever you want to do. But sometimes these incentives, that is really the make or break if a home is an affordable option for you. So again, I was like, you know what, let's share this because maybe somebody needs this, and this can make all the difference of you getting your keys in 2025 or 2026. And if so, if you're interested, please feel free to reach out to me. Of course, all my contact information will be right down below. If you have questions, reach out to me as well. We have tons of builders here, so I'm just showcasing just a few and the incentives that they're offering. Now, these incentives do change, so if you do reach out to me and they change, it does happen. But overall, there's still just so many great deals that can be had. First time I'm gonna just pop up on the screen, which is here, wherever it is on the screen. This is actually a newer floor plan that this builder is building. It's called the Kingston floor plan. It is actually going to be a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. And what makes this floor plan really, really unique is that it has a pretty good sized living room space. So if you just want to entertain, have a large family or whatever the case may be, or you just want a larger living space for yourself, that's perfectly fine too. Hands up for that because I enjoy that too. But this one is really different just because, I wouldn't say really different. It's different from the other floor plans because it has such a large living space and it has a massive island. And the way it's connected, you can kind of see a little bit in the photo. It actually has a little bit more countertop space than a lot of the other floor plans. But what you're curious about is really how does this become more affordable for my Brina? How do I become a homeowner in 2025, right? I got you. So this particular home, my client was able to secure a 3.99 interest rate, not a buy down, not a temporary, fixed 3.99 interest rate. And that is pretty tough to beat. We actually looked at a lot of other homes, looked at other builders, and this was just the best fitting one for what they needed. And of course, the incentives just kind of put the icing on the cake and made the most financial sense. So they secured a 3.99 interest rate. We were able to get closing costs coverage. Now, new construction, I do like to have a little caveat here. Sometimes they don't come with everything. So if you are looking for any home, please keep in mind, refrigerators, wash and dryers are typically not in there. Sometimes there are some packages that do. Some builders are now including complete comprehensive packages, and so that can be a whole different conversation that we have if that's something that you're looking for. But a lot of them, it's a hit or miss if it does come with refrigerators, washer and dryers. So those are expenses that I would always say have that reserve that you may need. Also, garage door openers at times and blinds. So
hey, if you're thinking of relocating to the Fort Cavazos area, I have just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I have it linked right down below. The best part is there's no obligation to this, and it's going to come with everything from the top employers to the best schools and a boatload of other information, everything that you need to make the best decision. Again, no obligation. So make sure you click the link below. It also will be pinned, and I hope that it helps.
There's still some things that you may have to personally need, but these heavy hitting items, monthly payment, closing costs, even deposits, these are much lighter. So the deposit for this one was only $50 because they were a veteran too. So always thank you for your service. And I love when builders do have some different incentives for our veteran clients as well, or government backed loans. It can also apply for FHA loans. But $50 out of pocket, secured a brand new home that also has home warranties with a 3.99 interest rate. This one was priced just a little over $300, so still very comfortable payment with that interest rate in particular. That's what made the home a viable option, given it's over 2,000 square feet, has a massive island, kitchen, living room space, and is a 4-bedroom home. So again, just highlighting the power of these incentives and how it can really help your purchase price. And make sure you check out this video again. This is the one that I made last week, because at the end of the video I also talk about some real life examples of how these interest rates can change your payment and why it's even more powerful than sometimes people realize at the time.
All right, now for the question of the day. What is the first thing you look for in a new city? Is it a coffee shop or your favorite store? I really want to know, so make sure you comment down below, or better yet, shoot me a text, email, or even give me a call. All my information is going to pop up here on the screen. So again, what is the first thing you look for in a new city?
This second home that I've just put on the screen is another veteran client. Shout out to all my veteran clients. Thank y'all for your service. And I'm always so honored to be able to assist them with purchasing their properties. So this is another floor plan by a different builder. This is the Trinity floor plan. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. You will see some slight differences. Like this one does have hardware, so there's a little bit of aesthetic differences between the two homes for sure, but the incentives are still unbeatable. That's why these clients went ahead and chose their home. They love the home, but they love the incentives even more because again, it made them affordable options. This one was able to get secured at a 5.49. Now they also had a 4.99 option too, but those are for homes that were completing a little bit sooner than the one that we end up going under contract with. So this one still got a well below market interest rate. This one got a 5.49, closing costs covered and blinds included. Again, it's a new construction home, so we'll also have those home warranties, which gives you that bumper to bumper coverage, I kind of say, when you purchase that home, so you're not necessarily overly concerned. If something does happen, you always have those resources to go back and call on to get those items repaired, fixed, replaced, whatever the case may be. So again, these are comprehensive packages. It's not just covering, one thing or two things. These are pretty competitive. This one, the one that's on the screen, does have a little bit of a larger deposit of $500, but if you compare that to going the resale route and having to turn an earnest an option, typically it's still a better option than that to you, because if we're looking at a resale home and earnest an option, nothing wrong with those. Again, it's whatever fits your lifestyle and your financial obligation at the time. Typically, we're still looking at maybe $750 to $1,000, and that's on the lower end. Again, these are individual sellers, not builders, so it's a different risk for them versus a builder that can easily pop the home back on the market and already have a certain amount of time accounted for. But both of these homes have amazing interest rates. The one here got a 3.99, $50 out of pocket for a deposit that he will more than likely get back at closing. So really nothing out of pocket, and that's going to go for both of them. 3.99 interest rate, $50 out of pocket, closing costs covered. This one got a 5.49, closing costs covered, $500 out of pocket, and blinds. Again, too, more than likely he'll either get that back unless he chooses to buy his interest rate down. And that's the beauty of this too. Like if you already have an interest rate like this one, he's considering it buying it down a little bit more. But again, it's already lower than the market, so it just kind of sweetens the deal for that part quite a bit.
Hey guys, as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing that I absolutely love more, and that's helping families from all over the U.S. make the move here to the Fort Cavazos and surrounding area. I've helped countless families move here, so whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is going to be right here down below in case you missed the pop-up screen. And I look forward to helping you and your family move to our beautiful area.
So again, I know you're always hearing about it's a good time to buy, it's a good time to buy, but have you got any examples of it? And this is just two. There's so many different things out there. There's so many different builders out there. Even on the resale side, there's so many ways to construct an offer for your benefit to where it's a much more feasible option. And if you're interested in that, I would definitely love to be the agent that does that for you. All my contact information is down below. Let me know how I can help.